Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're giving you the Week 6 fantasy football starts and sits for the Thursday night football game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We're here to help you make all the right decisions on who should stay in your lineup and who you need to get out of there. Let's start this fantasy football podcast right now.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Football Upside. I am Justin. That is Kyle. Thanks for dropping by our Fantasy Football Podcast and YouTube channel. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys. Today, we're going to hit you with our Thursday night football starts and sits between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. It feels like Tampa Bay Buccaneers are always on primetime. I wonder why. I wonder why.
Yeah.
But here we go.
It's because of this guy, right?
His twin brother. But ahead of Thursday night's game, yesterday we released our waiver wire ads for Week 6. So definitely check that out to see if there's anybody that's still out there that's available.
Yeah.
Right where Kyle just pointed. Quile pointed. It's a little late.
Quile pinted. Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely check it out to see if any waiver wire ads are still out there and see who may have been dropped.
Yeah.
So you always want to check that out. Kyle, what you got before we get right into it?
Hit that like button, and while you're down there, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the the bell. That way you're notified every time that we go live. That's right. We do some live streams now. We do Sunday pregame show. Missed it last week. We're going to hit it over the next 2 weeks though. But we've also kind of been spicing it up, doing our starts and sits as well on the full breakdown on Thursday night. During the Thursday night football game, we like to do that recording. So, hey, if you're kind of watching some football, you want to mute that, maybe you can head on over, listen to us, ask us some silly questions, see what happens. See how it feels. Let's see here. So that's it. Let's dive in head first into the shallow end and get started on this thing here. We've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay, I'll take them definitely this week. Tom Brady, look, I'd look for him to continue to be the check down king that he's kind of been now in the second half of his career, essentially, right? He doesn't throw a whole lot of deep passes, but the last few years, and especially this season, there's a lot of lame ducks floating around there. They're flying south for the winter down to Tampa Bay, and apparently he's caught them all and is throwing them to his wide receivers. These balls are a little bit wobbly and underthrown, so I suspect that he's probably just a QB2 at best this week, so be careful with that. I would use him in QB2 leagues or 2 QB leagues in Superflex only right now. He's been landing in that QB2 territory a lot. Leonard Fournette is a start, though, for me. So middle of the road running back defense that he's facing boils down to how many touches he sees. That's really what it boils down to. If he gets enough, he's a high-end running back too. But if he doesn't get enough, then he's probably still got a decent enough floor to have been in your lineup, and you should be okay. But you better hope that you've got some upside plays elsewhere. So it's early in the week, so make sure you don't have him in your flex spot, but maybe you can flex a higher risk play, boom or bust sort of situation if you need to make up for Leonard Fournette if he doesn't get you a touchdown and about 80 yards, right? All right, here we go. Mike Evans, he's a start, been very consistent, solid this season, right? Only has one game unstartable this season, actually. Unstartable for us would mean outside of wide receiver 36. So if he's higher than wide receiver 36, he's not a start for us. And in fact, he has only had one game this season that's been over that, which is really, really good in wide receiver land because usually the top wide receivers, you find that they finish in the wide receiver 1 territory maybe about 6 to 8 times and have startable finishes around maybe 9, 10. Maybe they sneak up to 11 startable finishes. What we really like to pay attention to, though, is elite finishes, and he has 2 so far on the season, along with 3 wide receiver 1 finishes. Elite finishes for us are top 6 at the position. Obviously, wide receiver 1 we count as top 12 at the position. So 3 top 12 finishes and 2 of those in the top 6. That's outstanding. So obviously, Mike Evans stays in your lineup. Chris Godwin, take him or leave him. He's been okay this season, has 2 elite weeks. I'm sorry, I just jumped up there. He's not been outstanding. He's worth a wide receiver 3 or a flex play in my mind, so he's a flex value, not a flex spot. Don't use your flex spot for anybody in the Thursday night game. You need that flexibility, as implied by the name, for later in the week, right? Antonio Brown, he who shall not be named, right? He's actually a start, unfortunately. Very definition of boom or bust, but, are you going to sit him? I doubt it. If you've got him, you're probably not going to sit him. Rob Gronkowski, I was all ready to just leave him as a not start. And then I saw that he's a game time decision, a true game time decision, they're saying. So if he starts, I think you have to play him. I don't see how you take this guy out of your lineup right now. Otherwise, he's an obvious sit. So you need to pay attention here for Thursday night, see if he's a start. If he is, you put him in your lineup. You have to. I mean, unless you got Darren Waller or Travis Kelce, I don't see why you'd sit Gronkowski right now. And even Kelce, I mean, he's a little bit not having a great year this year. So
yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, like Brady looks for Gronk constantly right there in the red zone. Well, and that's where he's somewhat struggled. I mean, Brady put up a ridiculous amount of points last week, but like you said, it is kind of still a dink or dunk. And the reason why he's putting up so many points is they get down to the red zone. They do not trust the running back room.
Nope. Not at all. That's classic Bruce. Classic Bruce Arians.
That's true. That's true. All right. For the Philadelphia Eagles, I definitely do not have as many starts here as you did for,
Are you sure?
For the Bucs.
Yeah. Did you double check?
Yeah. Well, here we go. Jalen Hurts, I am going to start him. Once again, he's not the greatest real life quarterback, but he's a solid fantasy quarterback because of basically the rushing floor.
I can't imagine he's an Eagle next year, honestly. I don't.
Really?
I don't see how he's an Eagle next year. Think of it this way, man. Especially since the Colts just lost on Monday night here. We've got 3 potential first-round picks coming, top 10 first-round picks now coming for the Eagles, right? So how do you spend that on anything except an absolute elite QB, awesome left tackle probably, and a wide receiver maybe? I don't know, or a guy in your secondary. You got to, especially because Hurts, again, not a great real life QB, but he's awesome for fantasy.
I mean, once again, I called him, I think, just a couple weeks ago, Blake Bortles 2.0.
Yeah.
As in the season where it was a few years ago, where if you had him as your starting quarterback in fantasy, towards the end of the season, he won championships.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were playing from behind. I mean, that's why this guy gets his points, is they're playing from behind and he's chucking it and he's also getting it done on the ground.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders.
I think at the end, 1 second, at the end of last season, I think in a league, I stuck Derek Carr and Aguilar into a lineup in a championship game or something like that in one of my leagues, and I ended up winning. Aguilar went off, and I think I threw Baker Mayfield in there, and at one point late in the season for a few weeks in a 2 QB league, and he went off a couple times. Same thing could happen with Hurts at any point because the dude runs the ball enough, and especially if you're in a 6-point rushing TD league, he needs to be in your lineup, and I think you know that already.
Yep. And then Miles Sanders is a guy that's not getting it done on the ground right now. He's barely a flex option at this point. So, of course, you're not going to start him in your flex, but that's what I'm saying his value is right now. So if you're desperate and you have to do it, then you start him. I mean, we've been on the Kenny Gainwell, choo-choo train here for quite a while, and we really want to see him get more and more consistent work because we think he's probably better than Miles Sanders at this point.
He's getting a lot of passing game work, not enough of the running game work yet.
Yeah, he just didn't get enough touches last week. Yeah. But Devontae Smith is a guy that I would feel comfortable starting right now. Once again, like Kyle says, we're going to start him until he gets broken in half.
Yeah.
But this should be a shootout game. So if you're going to choose a pass catcher in this offense, then the former Heisman Trophy winner is your pick here. Because truthfully, I cannot trust anybody else here when it comes to the pass catchers. I can't trust Jalen Reagor. I can't trust Quez Watkins. I can't trust the tight ends either. You want to, but you just can't because they kind of cancel each other out.
Yep.
And for right now, it's Devontae Smith's show when it comes to the receiving, which it's kind of a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? We said it about this offense coming into the season. People were so hot and bothered about it. They were like, oh, Hurts is going to be great. Sanders is going to be great. Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. People were all over these guys. People paid a 2nd-round pick to get Sanders. And we were telling them that was an overpayment, that was an overspend, that you could not go out there and take him as potentially a running back 1 for your roster. And that's what some people were doing. They would look at it and say, oh, I'm at the back of the first round. I'll take a high-end wide receiver, and then I can get somebody like Miles Sanders. He's not on my draft board. Just not somebody I'm taking. Never Not since like year 2 have I even considered him a playable player, because he just he's not been able to show that he could hold that job. He couldn't beat out, what was his name? Jordan Howard. Couldn't beat out a broken Jordan Howard for the job. So he'll get you 1 or 2 flash in the pan kind of weeks. And maybe this is one of them. I doubt it. Not against this run defense.
Not against this rush defense.
Not against Vita Vea and all these other guys, right? It's not happening this week, guys. So be careful. This is not a good offense. It's really not. Like Jalen Hurts, he's got the cheat code, right? Because he rushes for touchdowns. But other than that, it's really a crapshoot. So start your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and sit your Eagles. That's what we've got, guys. That's pretty much the start sit there for Thursday Night Football. If you have any questions, feel free to start throwing them in the comments below. We are going to try to address them during our start sit. Maybe we'll do live stream again here on Thursday night when we record it. We'll let you know when we're going live on Twitter. And if you're subscribed as well and have the bell clicked, you will be notified when we go live there too. But you can catch us on Twitter. If you follow us, you can hit us at FFB_upside, or you can get Justin at JW_the upside. And I am at Kyle the upside. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the Thursday night starts and sits for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We will see you the next time we record. Talk to you later. Bye.